Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be building a matcha inspired building. Disclaimer, if you don't want to hear my documentary, you can just mute the video. This is still going to be a speed build. Enjoy! So this build is going to be placed in the plot I've been using for the past two buildings. So I cannot give you a price for this exact build, but if you want to recreate it, please in the comments tell me how much it cost. This build is inspired by the drink matcha, the green one. This build is gonna have a story. I don't know if you've ever heard of those builds, but I've got inspired by Panda Lemon Hut. I don't know, I think I said the name wrong. I hope I didn't. So basically this is gonna be a store slash cafe with this owner. It's a young college student who lives off her store that was passed by her grandparents. She had to move away from the countryside to, let's say, the city, where she inherited her grandparents' matcha shop. They were younger, like in the 20s. They started the matcha business. They were one of the few small stores that were giving away the matcha, let's call it like that. And they also sell other things. It's more like a pastry coffee shop, but also it's like more big inspired by the matcha place, like the matcha idea, I would say. That's why half of the build is green. So in here I wanted to do a big sliding door, but then I realized that Bloxburg does not have one big sliding door window. So I just chose two out of the other house, and in here I'm also recreating a sign. I had a little trouble because I could not find the specific sign I wanted, which it was one that was hanging around, which is something Bloxburg should add also. Then in here I had to do it with other basic shapes. I don't know if you don't have game passes. I don't know how you want to do this whole build, because this whole build uses almost every single game pass. well, technically every single game pass. So if you do not have them, I'm sorry, but I don't know how you can recreate it without using them. You'll have to be creative on your own and do it yourself, I guess. And here I found that the decal was like weird, so I tried to make like an outline for the decal with basic shapes, and since the decal wasn't big enough to fill the whole circle, a perfect circle, I decided to use LED lights. It was hard because I still struggle to use a custom feature for everything like beams and everything else. So that's why it kind of took me quite some time. This build took me the almost all afternoon, but I'm very happy with the results, and I really love this one because I don't know, it just looks so different out of my style, and it's the one that I've actually taken my time and loved. I think the break I took of making builds and uploading videos also helped me so much. Sorry for not uploading, but it's been a hectic new year, if I'm honest. Very busy with so many things. This build also will have some of the Valentine's decorations because, well, I used the time and the season of Valentine's, the holiday, to stock up on holiday items. And also, well, I feel like it's quite cute how I added it up. Because what I added, I also think you can use it for other holidays. Doesn't really have necessarily to be Valentine's. And here I'm adding plates because in here outside I'm gonna do like a free station of where you can buy well, not buy, just like free bread and some tea that will be giving away. I thought at first to do like a drive-through, like I would like the person will be handing out stuff out of the windows. That's why I did those windows specifically, but then at the end I didn't. So let's just leave it at a place where if you want food or anything, you can either pay for it, knock on the door, or well, just steal it, I guess. And it's a very pretty touch to the build also because it fills up space. In here I wanted it to look like matcha bags, the garden soil, but then I was like, it does not look good, so I'm just gonna like added it either way. And in here they're like takeout bags, and I added also the candles. And here I just did the biggest stock up because I thought they were going the big hot lights, but they weren't. And then I figured that the lighting was quite off, so I kind of just added some more lighting. I also added the street lamp because on the image I was using an INSTA image. I wanted to make it city-like. In here I wanted to do a basket with a vase inside of it, but sadly I did not. In here you can see me experimenting with basic shapes. I don't know how to use that looks so weird. It was my first time, it was awful. I did not want to do it. In here I'm just trying to figure out, because I had the image, I was like, how can I do this? So, and I also searched up on Google, on YouTube, how to make a custom basket vase, and then like a basket in general. And here you can see me try to, I don't know, make it weird. I don't know what I was trying to do. It was so complicated. And then I was like, I'm just gonna do like a weird thing and leave it as a unique decoration, I would call it. And then I added the vase that I wanted to use and added some plants and a bunch of tulips. This is one of many hacks that I love. It's adding so many tulips with different tones of the same color, because it adds, I don't know, I don't know what that's called. That's when someone gives a bunch of flowers, like a bouquet. That's the word, a bouquet. Then in here, I was also trying to find inspiration because I was kind of stuck on how to make something. In here, please do not copy this. I tried to make bread. It did not work. In the end, I actually baked the bread because I forgot that Bloxburg had actual bread, but you had to cook it. So in the Google search, well, in the in the decorate and the search, I searched up bread because I don't know how to make bread. And I was too lazy to go off build mode and actually bake one. So I kind of did my own bread, but it sucked. So what I decided to do was just to delete it and then actually bake bread. You'll see it. I'll put an image right in here, and then in here is just filling up space because I didn't know what to do, but I had an idea. It was just a blurry idea, you know. If you've built that way before, I think you'll get it. Then in here I did like, I don't know what that's called. It's like a panel but for the windows. I don't even know what that's called. I took like 20 minutes searching on what that's called and trying to find it in Bloxburg and on Google because I never knew the name of that. So if you do know the name of this, please let me know. And I was so happy that Bloxburg copied and pasted the two things as a whole group, like grouped it together because I did not want to do it one by one. Then in here I'm just filling up, like making small details, finishing some of them, which I was very happy, and it looks so cute. I was excited in here. Then in here I was still searching up on how to continue this build because I had nothing in mind, and I took 20 minutes trying to decide on what else to do. Then in here I was thinking of adding more pictures, but it looked awful, and then I went to Pinterest trying to find any decals, like rectangular decals, and they still looked ugly. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave it that way and just let it be. Then in this corner was so off, like the build. I did not know what to do, and I was like, what, I'm just gonna try and do whatever. Then in here I attached that green white part because I thought that it would just be by itself, but no, it's still grouped to the other thing. And then I was like, I'm just gonna like just take some part of it, and I don't know how to explain it, you just see it, and yeah. Then I was still thinking on what to do because the problem with this build was a lot of the lighting, and I wanted to make it kind of realistic but not too realistic where you think that it was in Bloxburg and it was fake Bloxburg, because I don't know how to go with that. I don't know how to build that way, and I will not know for a long time. So and here it's just, this is such an awkward space. I started adding random things. I wanted it to be like a cluttered place. I don't know if I'll make myself explainable, but I kind of kept going on the building and left that corner off, but later on I added up some stuff. Then let's continue the story of the little girl. So downstairs is the coffee shop that's opened after noon, usually from like 3 to 7 p.m. It depends on the days. Then upstairs is her apartment studio apartment. I wanted it to make it as cozy as possible, but as filled as possible, because when you're a teenager, like in your 20s, and you have many things to manage and stuff, so you kind of like go off the like grid of social life and just stay to your life and become a mess. Yes. So this is this girl. I don't have a name for her yet, so maybe you can just give me some names if you want. In here, let's just ignore this, please. I was trying to literally make bread again because the image had some breads, and I failed terribly with that. I was thinking of deleting that part, but I just thought it was funny, so I'm just gonna keep it. Then in here I added some flowers, and I still felt like the window was so empty, so I added that shelf, and there I added the kids shelf because maybe, I don't know, in the summer you add some fruits to sell, because the outside food is like free food, or well, not free food, but you know, like if you want food you can just take it. I guess it is free food. Then I got inspired to put like the little newspaper, because that's where you wrap the bread and stuff, especially cold weather. But right now, it doesn't apply for that. And they did not have knives. Bloxburg doesn't have knives, so I just used the ground cleaner. I don't know what that's called. And here I just fixed my sign. The sign I changed it multiple times, but this was the last one, so that's the logo. I'll put the codes obviously either at the beginning of the video or in the link in the description. Then in here I found that Bloxburg added new like wall trims, so in here I wanted to make it as green but as like cozy as possible, the cafe. Also in this build I went out of my comfort zone because I did not use like colors I would normally use and wallpapers that I would normally use. For this floor I was like, okay, should I use this, should I not? It like I don't know, but in the end I'm glad, because I've seen many builds using random floors like bathroom floors or like concrete floor. Well, not concrete I use a lot, but like, you know, not wood or concrete floors that look so plain and minimalistic. And since I was going to decorate this room, well, this build with a lot of Valentine's Day, I was so happy because I like the Valentine's Day holiday items, not the holiday. Well, I don't really care about the holiday, to be honest, but in general, it's just so cute. And I wanted also to use a new furniture because I saw it and I was like, I need to use that. So I used the new pillows, and this is also a good build to do because I can stock up on items for the Valentine's Day holiday. I do need to stock up on a lot of food, which I've already stocked up on, but I need to do it more. It just takes so much time to stock up. I wish the supermarket had the food and you can just buy it off and not have to cook it every time. Or maybe just Bloxburg should add a bakery. If they want to revamp the map, they should add bakery and good supermarket, because that supermarket sucks. They only have like 2 fruits and the rest of it is just chips and watermelons. So, and here I wasn't knowing, I didn't know if I wanted to do both sofas the same, so I decided to do something different with the pillows, which I did. And in here I was looking at the space and I was thinking, oh my god, how am I gonna put this, because I wanted it to be a cafe, right? The problem is that there wasn't enough space for me to do a kitchen and a bunch of small tables, because if I added the 2 sofas at the end of the each wall, each corner, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? And I wanted to add those chairs, but I was like, it's not gonna fit. So what I did is, since I still wanted to use the same furniture, I added the tables and then I tried to make it fit. I also did an island because I felt like, if I added more chairs, it would be nicer. Because even if it's cluttered, it would look good. And also, when I was building those tables, it kind of looked like a nail salon tables, if I'm honest. But let's just not talk about that. I was building and I was like, oh my god, that looks like the nail salon tables, But I just left it like that, and I did get a lot of inspiration by, cafes in general. I wanted to do a custom counter because I was like, because the counters that Bloxburg gives you, they're way too big, and I wanted to use as much space as possible, but it was a disaster. I could not find, like it did not work, because you cannot put the stove or the like sink. So, and I wanted this stove to be separate from the oven, which it was not possible, so I kind of like redid the whole kitchen again. But I did like the color theme that I went from. this counter to the normal counters. So I kept it green and gold. So if you are wondering, I just kept it green and gold. So what was I talking about? I was talking about something else. Oh, and also I used that one. Those, so don't delete all the custom tables, because in the other corner I'm gonna do the little like place where you can fill up water if you want to, some tea and stuff, because this is more like a cafe. I wanted it to be a cozy cafe but matcha, you know, where you sell matcha most of the time. So this is gonna be more into matcha, like a matcha cafe basically. I don't know if you get the idea. Don't know if you've ever been to one. If you've never, well, you should try it. If you don't like matcha, well, maybe just check out the store, the place. This restaurant, no, this cafe is also a store where you'll be able to buy, obviously, the matcha. I'll be doing like a little display. You will see later on. And in here, so I don't know what I was doing in here. I wanted to separate the kitchen from the sitting area, but it did not work. So it was very hard. In here, I was trying to find those big jars where Bloxburg gives you, where you can fill up the water and then just like move the little handle thing and water comes out of. Which it took. I was so lost, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna add some, it's Valentine's Day, and those things, I was trying to find them so hard for the front, but I was doing the color thing, and then I found it, but it was so ugly, and then I was like, I don't want to redo the color thing I did in the front, and I don't want it to look dissimilar, so I just did it upstairs, you know, in the corner where nobody will see it. Then I added some like blinds in the windows, you know, because what if the sunlight comes in, which sadly it would be the opposite, because if the window curtain would be on top, so the sunlight would be blocked. But I don't know, just science does not make sense. Then in here, it's a hack you can do, and I used the seed like small seed bags as tea bags, as matcha bags, and I colored them with different colors. So let's say like the brownish one is like a cocoa, like chocolate kind of flavor tea, because this is also a tea place, but we'll just call it matcha because it's mostly matcha. And then the red ones are like strawberry tea, and then the green ones obviously is matcha, and then brown is just, and the blue ones are the blueberry flavor, browns are like cocoa chocolate ones. So yeah, and then here I was like, oh, you know what, those were the containers, those are the damn containers I tried to find for like 30 minutes. I could not find them nowhere, and I was so hard. I was going through Google, like container, what's that called, container, water container, and it would just not appear anything. Then here I kind of like, I don't know, I just decided to do like a street style, don't know what's that called, I don't know what this style is called, because it uses a lot of like metal materials, and it's cluttered, and it's like, I don't know what this gives vibe of, but I really liked how it went with everything, all the colors and everything. And then I realized that I forgot the sink in the kitchen. I was desperate because I was like, how am I gonna fit this, because it looks weird. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna add the sink into this corner and just like delete the counter over there. And then I was like, okay, let's go into the bedroom upstairs. So here's gonna be a small barbecue, so the person can do its little cookout. Then in here I was like, why is it not fitting? So I thought it was a bug, and it was a bug because I placed a wall and it was not showing. And then and then I couldn't place the other wall. I don't know why. I think it's because of the tape, the wall thing. I don't know what wall thing, I don't know what that's called. So I just used a fence. You can also use that hack. Since this is a studio apartment, it's gonna be small, right? So what I did was kind of like, you know, decorated cute, very pink but very green and blue, so like cute colors that go with each other. Then in here I was like, you know what, let's just do something different, which I did with the sink. And the bathroom, if I'm honest, it's all colored the same, with the same palette, the same materials. I was just very not going for the bathroom. The bathroom is just there. It's not really like a big deal of the build, so it didn't really matter. Then in here, I'm obsessed with those wall trims. So I was like, I'm gonna use them again because it fills up space. It gives texture and multiple texture. If you know how to use it well, it goes good. It goes well. So in here, I also wanted to use the same like a table that I used downstairs, and something I found very interesting and is that if you want to do an apartment studio, good like apartments that don't have like many walls, it's good to use like bookshelves or like closets to separate the bedroom of the kitchen and living room. So in here I was just separating it, and I don't know how, but it just looks so cute and I just loved it. For upstairs, I had a lot of trouble with the color scheme. I don't know what color I was going for because I had pink, I had green, I had blue, just too many colors. And here I would try to, add more things to the bed because the bed looked kind of plain. And then I was like, oh, matcha style, so I'm just gonna do the pillows green and some white and some blue and some pink. Sorry. And in here I was like, the bed still looks so plain, so I'm just gonna do something else, which I did. And I'm trying to use like hot textures because I don't know, it just looks cute, very feminine, very nice. And then I found this pot and I was like, oh my god, laundry. Obviously, if I'm going for like a street style, let's just put the laundry outside. So that's what I did. And then I wanted to use this wall thing because it looked very interesting and I've always seen it. And one day I was just looking at TikTok and I found this wall hack. Well, not wall hack, but like texture. They added it with like a super good like a castle build, and I was like, wow. So I just used it, and then I added a TV. I wasn't sure if adding the TV because I also wanted to give like poor or like minimalistic, but I still added it because why not. And then I added this music like thing, I forgot the name of it, and then cameras because since it's a shop, it looks cute, and if it's cute, it looks nice, and if it looks nice, it looks interesting. If it looks interesting, it looks appealing. So I also added cameras because of security. And then a phone, we have a gold phone, obviously, and then a clock. And then I love the windows. I love how I did those windows. And I just left that board like undone, like alone. Then I wanted to add something in that corner because I was like, what should I add? But I was like, oh, I need to add laundry, like how to do laundry. So I was like, I don't know if you guys know, but in some places in the world, and maybe in your life, in your country, people wash their clothes in the sink. It's very easy. So I was like, I'm just gonna add that because I cannot add the washing machine. So I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, that wall looks so empty, and it did look empty. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna add Valentine's Day stuff. Also, this character, let's continue with the character development. She dances. She's a ballerina, and that's why she has ballerina shoes and everything, and looks so cute in a ballerina bar where she can practice outside. Sadly, it's made of wood, and if it's raining, she'll have to practice in the rain. That's how it is. And since we were going for like a city style, I added some trash can outside and some bags, and then I forgot. I was like, I'm gonna add some trash can inside. And yeah, I added more decorations around, more lighting, so cute and everything. I'm in love with this build. This is one of my favorite builds. So some books and stuff, yeah. So yeah. Then for the outside, I was like, I still need to do something for this, right? So I looked at the image for a bunch of images that I had, and many of them for like the style I was going for, they had like this thing on the roof, like what the cables are connected in. So I was like, I'm gonna try and recreate that. So I tried to recreate it. It was so hard because I did not know how to make it look realistic, and Bloxburg does not have like the little power box. But here's like a hack on how to do it, and I used the cinema like movie thing. and then added pillars and added plants, because in the images that I was looking at it had plants. And then I added like the beams as cables and colored it black, because that's what cables in the street look like. I don't know if I make myself look explainable. Then in here, just adding some final touches, and yeah, that would be it for this build. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.